Alright, hello boys and girls, moms and dads. Welcome to HeroesMart School Academy. This is 5th grade English, week number 34 and day number 2. Alright, so today is going to be about grammar, which grammar is going to be essentially talking about the rules of English, right? And we're going to be talking specifically about rules around that, which, and who. Well, how do we know when to use who and when to use that and when to use which? Well, we're going to answer those questions kind of right now. So rule number 1, use who and that when you're referring to people. Okay. Use that and which when you're referring to things or groups. So we're going to see that example right now. The teacher is the one who helps us to learn. Who helps to learn, right? Mrs. Nieder is the one that helps us to learn. The HHA is an online school which teaches biblical morals. All right. So did you see when I'm talking about a person, I used the word who or that. When I'm talking about a thing, like the HHA is going to be a curriculum or a school, well, you can use the word which over there. All right. Rule number 2, the pronoun that is sometimes used to introduce essential clauses. An essential clause adds a critical meaning to the sentence. An example is going to be, we do not trust solutions that claim to solve all problems. So did you see that the word that in that sentence makes let's see here, emphasizes the word solutions. Okay, above, let's see, without that in that sentence above, well, the sentence above is not gonna, without that the sentence above makes no sense. I think that's a better way to read it. Okay, so we do not trust solutions. Well, which solutions are you talking about? That claim to solve all problems. Okay, so if you don't use the word that over there, that sentence is not going to make any sense. Rule number 3, the pronoun which is sometimes used to introduce non-essential clauses. So the pronoun that over here is going to be used to introduce essential clauses, which essential, and the essential clause in this sentence is going to be claim to solve all problems. Okay, but over here, non-essential clause, and a non-essential clause does not add a critical meaning to the sentence. The sentence still makes sense without the non-essential clause. Well, what's going to be an example of that? Solutions which solve all problems are on sale. Well, if I were to remove this non-essential clause, solve all problems, the sentence is still going to make sense. In other words, I can say solutions are on sale. Well, that's correct. So without which in this sentence, the above sentence still makes sense. Still makes sense. Okay. All right. Rule number 4. Rule number 4. If that has already occurred in a sentence, switch to using which subsequently to avoid repetition. This rule applies regardless of which clause, essential or non-essential, the pronouns that you are introducing. So for example, that challenge which you went through last year gave you opportunity to develop patience. Let us thank God for it. Now, what about if I said that challenge that you went through last year gave you opportunity to develop patience? Well, that is technically correct as well, but that's just repetitive. In other words, I already used the word that over here, and I'm saying that you went through last year gave you an opportunity to develop patience. Well, what about if I use the word which over there? That challenge. which you went through last year, gave you an opportunity to develop patience. Let us thank God for it. All right. So right now, what you're going to do for me right now is to try to construct sentences based on rule number 1, rule number 2, rule number 3, rule number 4 that you learned with me right now. Construct at least 2 sentences in each category. And you're welcome to document your answers in your notebook and have your mom and dad look at it, and you would have learned something in the grammar class with us. Well, that's what I've got for you today, boys and girls. Remember, God cares about you, and so do we. Bye-bye.
I'll be your hero's buddy, and as you study with HeroesMart.